Namaste. CBSE has finally announced the two examination policy for 10th standard board examination on 25th of June 2025. This is going to affect the students who are currently studying in their 10th standard in the year 2025-26. When they write their examination, they would get an opportunity to write it twice, to improvise their marks if need be. This is a direct implementation of NEP 2020, which envisioned flexibility in examination for students when they are taking the board examination and to relieve the stress of examination which was there for many decades now. So it's a very welcome move from CBSE to bring in that amount of flexibility so the children get another opportunity to improvise their scores if need be, so the tension might relax. CBSE 2 exam policy. Who are the students who are eligible to take the examination for the second time? First thing, people who fail could take a compartment examination which will happen in the month of May, which was there for many years. So there is no change in that. But people who would like to improvise their existing marks, they can avail this new second examination policy. What does it mean? There are certain clauses and conditions. First and foremost, out of the 5 subjects, 2 languages and math, social science, in the very first examination which happens, student must attempt at least 3 examinations to qualify to write the improvement examination. If the child wouldn't write 3 examinations, the child only writes 2 and wouldn't write 3 examinations, that child will lose 1 whole year and will have to take up the examination only after 1 year. That means it is not that I will not take any examination which happens first time and I shall take up all the examination second time. It's not going to work. Out of 5, children will have to attempt 3 examinations at least to get an opportunity to improvise in one of the 3s or to take the other 2. However, there is an exception to this. People who are going to play sports in national level or any other ways for which they have missed all the 5 examinations in the first round do get an opportunity to attempt in the second one. That's an amazing flexibility they have brought in. And also children with special needs, they also get an exception here to attempt it in the second examination even if they have not attempted 3 subjects in the first examination. Under the 2 examination policy of CBSE 10th standard, which subjects can the children take to improvise in the second examination? First and foremost, out of the 5 subjects, that is 3 subjects and 2 languages, child will be allowed to attempt only 3 subjects for improvisation. That means I cannot say I will take up all the subjects again. No, you can take 1 or 2 or maximum 3 subjects to improvise your scores. You can't take up everything. And also, you cannot change the subjects and say, okay, I don't want to take up standard math now I will take up something else instead. After one examination is done, you do not have an opportunity to change your subjects. In the very first examination, you will have to decide which subjects you are going to take. And out of which, if you would like to improvise in maximum of 3 subjects, you get another opportunity in the second examination. Under the 2 examination scheme of CBSE, when will the examinations be conducted and when will the results come out? There will be 2 examinations. One would happen in mid of February and one would happen in the month of May. The mid of February examination results would be coming in the month of April and the May month examination would be coming in the month of June. This result would be the best of 2 subjects, 2 examination result. That means if you have scored 18 first exam and you have scored 85 in the other one, you would get a final one in the month of June which will be 85. Which the highest one would be taken and you will be getting the marks card. However, for which the results of the first examination which happens in the mid of February would come out in April. This is a huge step from CBSE. All the while, every time the examinations had happened only in February mid, but the results came in the end of May. But going forward, they are saying, though the examination will happen in mid of February, they will give out the result as early as April, so that students get to see the report, and decide whether they want to take up a repeat examination to improvise their scores in the month of May. This is a big move from CBSE. There would be a report card which comes out, which would be in DigiLocker, so that if you don't want to take up the second examination, you can continue to use the DigiLocker results and get your admission in 11th or in your PUC and move on. If you choose to take an improvement examination, then in the month of April you will fill a LOC that you are saying, that means you are going to give an assurance that you are going to take it up again, and then in the month of May you will take up the examination, and the final report card with the best of the scores will come out in the month of June. How flexible is the new rule of CBSE to have 2 examinations for board exam 10th standard? It is made lot flexible compared to earlier years, but there are certain conditions one has to be very well aware of. First thing first, people should have attended the first examination to get qualification to write the improvement examination. That is the first condition. The second one, they should have at least written 3 subjects in the first one, which happens in the middle of February, to get qualification to take up the improvising examination. And you can take maximum of 3 subjects only to improvise. You can't tell I'm going to improvise everything. There is another clause and a condition there as well. And finally, though you get to see your report card before you attempt the second examination, you don't get an opportunity to decide based on applying for revaluation or by asking for the marks card Xerox photocopy. You won't get that, because only after both the examinations are concluded, they will be giving you an opportunity to ask for revalve or ask for the photocopy. So these are some conditions. With all the flexibilities, it is coming with certain conditions applied.